She marched into the post office like she owned the entire building, heels snapping against the floor as she waved a stack of letters in the air. "These are HOA related," she barked at the clerk. "From now on, all mail for this neighborhood comes directly to me. I am the president." Everyone froze. The post office fell silent except for the slow spin of the ceiling fan overhead. The clerk blinked, completely unsure how to respond. Then the postmaster stepped out from the back, an older man, calm but sharp-eyed. He studied her for a long moment before saying, "Ma'am, that is not how federal mail works." Karen scoffed. "Listen, I have been running this HOA for 8 years. We have rules, and if residents refuse to comply, their mail can be held until dues are paid. That is our policy." She crossed her arms, smirking like she had already won, but behind her, a man waiting in line spoke quietly. "So that is why my mail stopped showing up last week." Heads turned. He stepped forward, a small US flag pin shining on his jacket. "You told the carrier to redirect my mail, didn't you?" Karen rolled her eyes. "You again. You did not pay your HOA fee." That means nothing." The postmaster cut in firmly. "You are interfering with federal mail. That is a serious offense." Karen's smirk faded. "Excuse me." The postmaster did not flinch. "I am calling the postal inspector," he said, lifting the phone. "You just admitted to mail tampering in front of witnesses." Karen's face flushed red. She grabbed the edge of the counter, stammering, "You cannot do that. I was just trying to maintain order in the community." The veteran stepped closer, folding his arms. "You do not get to control people's property or their mail." The room fell silent again. Then sirens echoed outside. Karen's voice shook. "Wait, what is happening?" The postmaster glanced at her, tone steady but cold. "Federal authorities do not take kindly to people pretending they run the government." She looked through the glass door and saw 2 federal agents approaching. For the first time, Karen no longer looked like the one in charge. Karen froze as the agents walked inside. The postmaster handed them a clipboard with the report, pointing at her. One agent, a tall woman with a focused expression, asked, "Ma'am, are you the person who requested a hold and redirection on neighborhood mail?" Karen's confidence cracked, yet she tried to keep control. "Yes, but I am the HOA president. It is my duty to manage the community's communication. Some residents refuse to pay fees, so I had to." The agent cut her off. "You had no authority to interfere with federal correspondence. That is a felony." Karen's color drained. She glanced around the room, but the people in line, the clerk, even the janitor, were all staring at her in disbelief. Then the veteran stepped forward. His name tag read Mark. His tone stayed calm, but his words hit hard. "You stopped my mail 2 weeks ago. That mail included my medication. Heart medication from the VA." Karen blinked. "I did not know." Mark stepped closer. "You did not care." The entire post office went silent. Even the agents paused. The postmaster looked stunned. Karen's lips trembled. "I was just following HOA rules." Mark shook his head. "No, you were following your ego." The agent reached into her pocket and displayed a badge. "Ma'am, you need to come with us for questioning." Karen's eyes widened. "Wait, this is unreasonable. I am just trying to maintain order." Before she could finish, Mark pulled a small leather folder from his jacket. He flipped it open, revealing a silver federal badge. The room went still. Even the postmaster's jaw dropped. Mark's voice turned steady and cold. "You did not just tamper with a veteran's mail, Karen. You interfered with a federal officer's correspondence." Karen stumbled back, unable to form words. The agents turned toward Mark with respect. "Sir, you are with the Federal Postal Investigation Service." He nodded once. "Off duty, but I will make this one official." Karen's knees wobbled. "You tricked me." Mark's eyes narrowed. "No, Karen. You exposed yourself." The agent searched her car and found dozens of unopened letters, bills, checks, and benefits belonging to her neighbors. She had been running a small scheme, collecting late fees by taking mail that never belonged to her. Mark watched quietly as they placed her in cuffs. "All this," he said softly, "just to feel powerful." The postmaster nodded. "People forget mail is not just paper. It represents people's lives." Karen shouted as they led her out. "You will regret this. I am the authority." Mark sighed. "Not anymore." A week later, the HOA board was dissolved. The residents finally received their mail and their peace back. Mark stood outside the post office, his flag pin catching the sunlight as a new sign went up. "Community mail protected by law. The end." Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing HOA stories.